lieutenants and sergeants who have been the leaders of that effort. And one young Marine captain said to me, you know, I and my men wouldn't have survived without our translator. And now everybody knows he was a Marine translator, and he's targeted, and so is his family. So when people talk about withdrawing, let's think through. We got to do it quickly, responsibly. I think we can bring out 1 to 2 brigades a month. And we also, at the same time, have to make it very clear to the Iraqi government that the blank check they've had from George Bush is no longer valid. They're going to have to take responsibility because there is no American military solution. They've got to start making the tough decisions that only they can make for themselves. And when we bring our troops home, we must take care of them. They deserve the health care. I have spent a lot of time as a senator trying to cut through red tape and fight bureaucracy on behalf of young men and women I represent in New York. You know, I was out at Walter Reed a few months ago seeing some of our wounded soldiers. Ran into a young Army captain. Lost his right arm in convoy attack. He lost his ring finger on his left hand when his wedding ring melted into his finger.
Excuse me.
So I said, Captain, how are you doing? He said, you know, I'm getting along okay. I'm learning how to use the prosthesis.
I'd just like to get an autograph.
People are pretty good about
There's
helping
room
me.
behind me.
And then he said, but where do I go to get my brain back? Because he was suffering from what is the signature wound of his conflict, traumatic brain injury. He said, you know, I went to West Point. Nobody ever had to take care of me before. Now every morning my wife has to give me a list telling me where to go and what I'm supposed to do. I think taking care of our veterans has to be one of the highest priorities of our Commander-in-Chief.
Okay.
I think our newest veterans deserve a 21st century GI Bill of Rights so that they get the money to go to school. Take care of all of our veterans, from our newest to our oldest. And I want to pay particular attention to the veterans of my generation who served and fought during Vietnam, who never died. So we have a lot of work to do as a country. But I think that's when we're at our best. You know, when we decide that we're going to set these goals and we're going to achieve them, there is nothing that can stop us. But I need your help. I need your help to go to those caucuses tomorrow, to be part of this process. And then you know what? I'll need your help when I'm your president. Because a lot of what has to be done is not going to be done just by the president. You know, when I talk about a new energy future, there's a lot of work for each of us to do to conserve more, be more energy efficient. I want you to think every time you walk out of a room and leave a light on, that money is going to fund regimes that use that money against us. Because that's exactly what is happening. When I talk about a new health care plan, we're going to have universal health care, but it's not going to make a difference unless people take better care of themselves. We've got to make our kids exercise more and eat the right food, and we've got to be prepared to think about health care not as sickness but as wellness. Because then we can not only be healthier as a nation, but we can save money. And we shouldn't be spending on taking care of problems that should have never happened in the first place.
Yeah, they usually don't.